Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
My guest is Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Glad to be here, Jim.
Larry, you have a new news release. Can you tell us about it?
We put out a news release this morning about the manganese project we have down at Artillery Peak. Now, in the last few months, there's been a lot of buzz about manganese. And, of course, for the lithium-ion batteries. Lithium manganese was one of the first batteries that was developed for EVs. And it looks like the movement's going back towards manganese. And so I'm getting all kinds of questions and everything like that, and I just thought I'd clear the air and, and let people know that it's a really, in order to get excited about a metal, you have to be able to make money on it. And at the current prices of manganese, you can't make money. They're well below our pre-feasibility study break-even points, are actually below even paying for the operating. So China has a lot of overcapacity in both those elements, electrolytic manganese dioxide, EMD, electrolytic manganese metal, EMM, and they have overcapacity that is really polluting the market, not polluting it, but I guess it would be a form of pollution, but it's certainly a form of dilution when it comes to demand. We had a few things to say about that. I think that manganese will come back on. It's one of the top critical metals that Trump has recently brought to our attention, and certainly doing a favor for the mining industry. And I have to say that as far as I know, and the U.S. has low-grade deposits. The only company with a process to address that is American Manganese, Inc., and it was proven, and it was actually vetted through Tetra Tech, who did the pre-feasibility study. And I think that if something drastic happened in the manganese market, or in the world market politically, or in the case of war or something like that, that the table could shift and we could be doing some sort of a deal where we could get cobalt to the U.S. Army, or the U.S. market for that matter. Not cobalt, but manganese. So we have, what I've done is I've just let the shareholders know that we're holding the project. The most valuable part of it is the process, because none of the U.S. deposits are worth anything unless they have that process. So we're in a good spot. We're in a real good spot, but we're moving ahead with the recycling. And why are we doing that? Well, when we first got involved in looking at the recycling market, cobalt was $10,000 a ton. Today it's $87,200 a tonne, just within scratching distance of $100,000 a tonne. We thought it was a great project at $10,000 a tonne, so you can imagine what we think of it now at $87,200. I mean, the economics just keep going up and up and up and up. Now, you're seeing lots of stuff on cobalt, and I always like to address that. One of the things pushing the price up, I think, is a deal that Glencore did with GEM out of China, where they're going to get something like 58,000 tons over the next 3 years of Glencore's production. And we don't know the details of that, but probably it's going to be on some sort of a moving scale, because since they even announced the deal, the price of cobalt's up a couple of $1,000 a ton. So that takes a lot of cobalt away from the Western market. And so that's going to squeeze the cobalt supply even more. So you're starting to see that reflected. There's guys out there that are talking about cobalt going down as being an oversupply. For the life of me, I can't see where that's coming from. We all know, what could be on the plate for production. Certainly, it's not enough to meet the demands of the yearly demands, and it's a long ways away from ever being in realization, including our recycling. Our recycling is probably the closest way to production that you're going to see. But the cobalt market is definitely ruling the production of EV cars right now. I did say that we'll be seeing reductions and substitutions in the chemistries of the batteries, where you're going to use less cobalt and probably more nickel, manganese, those types of elements that have already been in the batteries, but on lower concentrations when it comes to cobalt. But is that going to make a difference when you're doing tens of millions of EV cars a year, EV batteries? Not really. I mean, there's still going to be a big, huge push on cobalt. Is that going to affect the handheld devices where the price goes from $50,000 to $100,000 a ton E? What's that mean to the price of an iPhone or something like that? A few dollars, maybe? And so, it's not going to affect that type of a market, except, trying to get the supply. So cobalt's still going to be heavily used in certain parts of the industry, and there's other industries out there where they need the cobalt. So I don't see any collapse of the cobalt market, not in the near future anyway. There's going to have to be some developments out there that you can track that would indicate that, hey, cobalt could, the price could be cut in half here in the next year. But I'm not seeing that. I think we're in a real good position. All of this stuff is great for us. Even somebody came out and said that by 2050 there won't be any more EV cars. All that works in our favor.
Where are you guys traded, and how can people find it?
Well, the American Manganese is traded on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY. Traded in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF. It's traded on the Frankfurt Exchange under the symbol 2AM. People can do due diligence on us and find a lot of information on our website, AmericanManganeseInc.com. They can phone the office and talk to me at 778-574-4444. Send me an email at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thanks for the update.
You're welcome.
I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. We were speaking on March 16th. I'm Jim Gondry.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.